Apex Legends was originally EA's answer to Fortnite, dropping in 2019 to positive critical reception. Switch owners would later get Apex Legends to play in 2021, but unfortunately, it failed to receive the same attention due to poor optimization, terrible frame rates, and lackluster graphics. I recently covered how Apex Legends ran on the Switch too, noting a significant improvements in performance. But EA and Respawn Entertainment have decided to go one better and create a native Switch 2 version for us to play. I'm going to drop in hot to see how things have improved and to find out if this is the Apex version of the game. What's it like? Follow your jump master, lock and load, and keep your head on a swivel as we review Apex Legends for Nintendo Switch 2. For the uninitiated, Apex Legends is a first-person battle royale shooter that has fast and fluid traversal in similar vein to Respawn's other leading franchise, Titanfall. Players will drop in groups of 2 or 3, loot supplies, and duke it out in an arena where the ring constantly shrinks, ultimately leading you to a final confrontation. Players will work up ranks, unlocking Apex packs, which are essentially loot crates which offer cosmetic customizations, and there are 27 legends or heroes in the game that you can pick from when starting a match that fall under specific role archetypes, and they all have their own unique abilities. Pathfinder, for example, is a friendly robot who has a grappling hook, whilst Bangalore is a soldier who can deploy smoke and also has an airstrike as her ultimate ability. These class and role makeups don't really restrict your party in a match, as all characters can revive each other and you can select multiple characters from the same role. But that said, a more varied group makeup can help you make the most of your team and potentially give you the upper hand in battle. One round we had a particular support character who didn't have to stay idle while reviving us, and she was able to quickly revive us while constantly engaging the enemy, which allowed us to get back up, regroup, and fight back. Another round we saw a character that deployed a zipline to high ground, and that allowed us to move closer to the safe zone a lot faster, avoiding the combat below us. It's this dynamic team makeup that makes each round more interesting, and I was excited when I had a new character in my team that I hadn't seen before, which somehow just managed to change up the playstyle each round. New or free players will have a more limited selection of legends, but a bit more on that later. The game features a fantastic ping system to counter the lack of solo play, allowing you to tap R to highlight enemies, weapons, and points of interest. And I found that most players in Apex Legends rely heavily on this system, and that makes playing with randoms much more enjoyable, especially for introverts like me who don't really feel comfortable on open comms. The ease of this communication system became apparent when I joined a random group who were much more experienced than I was. They highlighted weapons and upgrades that I should grab, as well as pointing out enemy locations and our preferred direction of travel. Through many battles, we persevered and ultimately took the win, and it was one of the best rounds I've ever played. While the ping system is now featured heavily in many online shooters, it was actually Apex Legends that incorporated and revolutionized this system way back in 2019. The only communication issue I did find in the game was that if someone sends you a friend request, the UI seems to constantly spam you until you either accept or decline it. And there were many times where I'm just trying to open Apex packs or look at characters and the friend request would pop up, I would press B to hide it and only for it to just pop up again literally a second later. And this would happen 6 or 7 times in a row. And I'm sure it's a minor UI bug and hopefully it should be patched out soon. With the Switch 2 version comes a complete visual overhaul. And Apex Legends on the Switch 2 once again shows off the potential of Nintendo's handheld system. It features significantly higher detailed character models, lighting effects, and render distance. The environments feature higher detailed lush foliage, better water effects and shading, and combat is a spectacle of bullets, traces, and debris, and it's very exciting and intense, especially when you get closer to the end of the match as the desperation and intensity increase. All of this comes with stellar sound design, like hearing the echoes of combat in the distance or being deafened by it when close, as well as a communication system that allows banter between your teammates. It's all very well done. And with all these upgraded bells and whistles comes the question, how does it all perform? Apex Legends tends to run close to 60 frames per second even when the action gets heavy, flicking between the 50 to 60 FPS mark for the duration. Due to the improved performance, I never felt like I was at a disadvantage like I did when I was playing the Switch 1 version. Did the frame rate help me get better at the game? No, but it was also just nice to be outmatched on a more even playing field. The performance and visuals hold strong in both handheld and dock modes, remaining consistent through some solid testing sessions. While I was waiting for an appointment, I played tethered to my mobile hotspot and enjoyed some great rounds of Apex while taking advantage of the gyro controls, which is something I normally dislike. Fans of the Switch 2's mouse Joy-Cons can also take advantage of them for a bit more precision, and they did work well, mimicking a PC-type setup. Apex Legends on Switch 2 also now features crossplay, and with it enabled, there's a queue time of about 2 to 3 minutes between matches, making the game feel a bit more rapid fire than its Switch 1 counterpart. Unfortunately, with all these bells and whistles, does come a hefty install size, weighing in at a whopping 78 gigabytes, even larger than WWE 2K25, which held the crown on my Switch 2 for the most space-hungry title. As always, with free-to-play games, we have to ask, just how free-to-play is it? Well, there's only a handful of heroes that free users can use without buying the Battle Pass, and that Battle Pass comes in a few different forms. There's a premium Battle Pass which can be purchased for 950 Apex coins, which is roughly the equivalent of $13 Australian, and that's probably for people who have earned Apex coins through a previous Battle Pass. Because if you don't have the Apex coins, you can buy the Ultimate Battle Pass for $13 Australian, which does come with some additional cosmetics and unlocks, and then there's the Ultimate Plus Pass for just under $25 Australian, which comes with legendary skins, some additional instant rewards, and allows you to play as all legends for the duration of the pass. Legends can be unlocked with earned or purchased currency permanently, but obviously the earned currency is going to take you a fair bit longer than just purchasing it outright. These prices are fairly in line for the most part with other free-to-play games, and one could probably argue that as each legend has different abilities, the monetization could be perceived as going beyond cosmetic only. But that said, as a newcomer to the series, I found the selection of available heroes off the bat to be just fine, and I didn't feel like any one legend was more overpowered than the next. With every free-to-play game I try, I often buy the Battle Pass to support them, and despite the slow progress in unlocking levels, I don't regret my purchase. For my legends looking into accessibility, I'm pleased to report that there's a myriad of gameplay and accessibility options, such as colorblind mode, voice to text, text to chat, reduce screen shake, changing field of view, and adjusting sensitivities. As always, I recommend further research into finding out whether Apex Legends suits your needs. When announced at the latest Nintendo Direct, Apex Legends on the Switch 2 felt like a passing curiosity for me, but after playing the game pretty much non-stop since launch, I'm so pleasantly surprised with just how good Apex Legends is. The gameplay is fun and exciting. The ping and communication systems mean there were no issues playing without voice with randoms. And the community seems really solid, especially with crossplay enabled. The whopping 78 gig install is a big ask, especially for gamers with limited space. But those who are looking for an action-packed battle royale shooter are gonna be in for a great time. Apex Legends is a highly polished, fast-paced, community-centric shooter, and I just can't wait to drop in again. So, what's it like? Apex Legends is like Titanfall, crossed with Fortnite. I award it an 86 out of 100. Thanks so much for watching my video. If you liked it, the best way you can support What's It Like is by liking, subscribing, and sharing it with your friends. For more reviews, click on the thumbnails to the right, and for everything Nintendo, check out whatsItlike.com.au.